Well, in just weeks, kids in Indiana could start rolling up their sleeves to get the COVID vaccine. Pfizer asked the FDA yesterday to grant emergency approval for a shot geared toward children 5 to 11 years old. Now, it could take a few weeks to weigh the risk and benefits before an independent panel meets and makes a recommendation. Then it's up to the CDC for a final decision with the goal of making shots available by early November. Our Emily Longnecker spoke to parents who explain what's driving their decision on whether to get their kids vaccinated.
Well, a lot of folks are used to getting that flu shot every year, and that's what many parents and kids were doing here Thursday at the Children's Museum, all while parents were contemplating a new version of the COVID vaccine soon becoming available for kids under 12.
I mean, I'm really excited for it.
As soon as it's approved, Stephanie Allen will be getting her 2 kids Pfizer's COVID vaccine.
My husband and I are both vaccinated, but we're worried still about our kids being sick. We don't want them to be a statistic.
Stephanie Calhoun feels the same about her 2 kids, Elena 5 and Caleb 7.
I just trust the science of the vaccine. I'm not a scientist, but I believe in doctors and researchers, and if they're saying it's safe, I believe it's safe.
Those familiar with Pfizer's studies and clinical trials agree.
The science is out there, and people are working hard to make it stop, and I think that's what we need to do. We need to do everything we can to halt COVID.
Jamie Redkey with Riley Hospital for Children says it's okay for kids to get other vaccines and the COVID shot close together.
So you can actually get flu and COVID at the same time.
Redkey says Pfizer's clinical trials show the vaccine is safe for kids, even though they're still developing.
It's an exciting step for the vaccine, and hopefully when they meet in October, it will get emergency approval by the FDA.
Stephanie Allen's certainly hoping so and says she knows plenty of parents who feel the same way.
Everybody wants things to get back to normal, and for me, this will help.
Well, as Pfizer waits for a decision, the other 2 vaccines, Moderna and Johnson Johnson, both submitted requests for emergency use authorization of their booster shots. A panel of FDA advisors meets next week to review the data on both. If the FDA and CDC both sign off, Americans could start getting those boosters later this month. Well, this week, an additional 5,400 Hoosiers are now considered fully vaccinated against COVID-19, while 3,500 have received their first shot. In total, nearly 3.3 million Hoosiers are fully vaccinated. And now look at the number of COVID cases across the state. The health department reports another 2,300 Hoosiers have tested positive and another 29 Hoosiers have died. That brings the total number of deaths to 15,442.